In this edition of the funeral report, schoolteacher Cassandra Rigg is laid to rest in her native Linstead, St. Catherine. The turnout at the Thanksgiving service was relatively large, though it happened on a Monday, the first day of the work week.
Take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on.
The man that the late teacher was on the verge of marrying flew in from England to attend the funeral. His tribute in the church was aborted because of grief, but he later told the Beacon that the loss has left him feeling empty like a shell.
I'm like a shell now, to be honest. I'm a shell.
The late teacher's parents were at the funeral. Her mother tried to explain the gravity of her loss.
It's a great loss. She was my friend. She was my baby. Oh, God.
The principal of the school where the late teacher was employed said she fulfilled her purpose, though she was on earth for a relatively short period of time.
As a school family, we have been truly blessed to have interacted with such an amazing individual. Cheerful, selfless, full of life, a commitment to serve, supportive of our students and colleagues.
She was also supportive of her only child, shown there in black and white, taking his final look at her. Stay with us for the details of this, the funeral report, right here on The Beacon, the trendsetter in funeral journalism. Completing its relatively short journey from Bugwalk in St. Catherine, where a Thanksgiving service was held, the funeral procession arrived outside Commodore Cemetery in Linstead. That cemetery is the location of interment for 39-year-old Cassandra Rigg, who, at the time she suddenly fell ill and died, was a teacher at Jericho Primary School in her native Linstead. That's the teacher's father, George Rigg, making his way to the graveside. And that's the late Rigg's mother, Dolores McCarthy, shown there in the foreground wearing white. Pallbearers removed the predominantly white casket from the glass chariot and started making their way to Rigg's final earthly resting place. The casket was placed on top of a grave to facilitate viewing. The late teacher's only child, Howard Facey, who is also a college student, shown there dressed in white suit and a black shirt, made his way through the crowd. He stared on his mother for the last time, grief etched on his face, which he wiped every now and then with a handkerchief. He then made slow, heavy strides away from the casket, ending up eventually in two of his loved ones' apparently warm embrace. And then it was time to place the casket inside the grave.
Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I heard a voice from heaven saying unto me, Write, behold are the dead which die in the Lord. From henceforth, saith the Spirit, that they may rest from their labor, and their works do follow after them. So, workman, you can go ahead.
Masons started to seal the grave.
No grave cannot hold my body down. No grave cannot hold my body down. When the trumpet of the Lord shall sound, and the dead in Christ shall rise. No grave cannot hold my body down.
Outside the cemetery, the Beacon spoke with the teacher's late fiance, Kirk Carr, a teacher and Jamaican native who flew in from England to pay his last respects.
Sandra is unique. She had a special thing about her where there's nothing that you find that was even challenging. She accomplished any task. And she was the only one I know in my life that ever support me and gave me encouragement in everything I'm doing.
The death of his would-be wife, he indicated, has left him feeling empty like a shell.
I was supposed to get married like very soon, but unfortunately, it's not happening. She's a God gift, and I'm really blessed to spend the last couple of years with that wonderful woman. And there's a special place in my heart that will never ever be replaced. Because she used to call me every single day. When I was school teaching, I'm in England, she put her phone on video. Mine is on video. We mute or watch each other work. In the nights, we talk to each other before we go to bed. And we must tell each other we love each other before we go and sleep. So currently, I really don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to work with God. I don't know what to do. To be honest, I really don't know what to do. I'm like a shell now, to be honest. I'm a shell.
He said his fiancée was loved not only by him, but by many others.
She's always smiling, to be honest with you. She's always smiling. And based on that, she has this warmth that everybody's like coming towards her. Our students at school, when I drop her at school in the mornings, the student run to the car to open the car door, take out our bags to take it to the classroom. Because she had this wonderful personality, this caring personality.
Moments earlier, during the Thanksgiving service at the Power of Faith Ministries in Bogwalk, the fiancé broke down and dashed from the sanctuary, aborting his planned tribute. He returned to the church building sometime later and sat beside his would-be mother-in-law. She, in a tribute, spoke glowingly of him.
Today is a very sad day. For the past 2 years, my daughter was very happy. Happy to find someone who really loves her planning to get married about 2 weeks from now. My spouse is here. Kirk, very nice young man. And I will forever love him. Because he's a nice young man. Could never say anything this morning because it is so sad.
She then belted out a song that she said her daughter always loved.
I love you, Lord, for your mercies never fail. All my days I held in your hand.
At the end of that song, the Christian mother declared that her loss is a big one, but she asserted that it's also heaven's gain.
It's a great loss. She was my friend. She was my baby. Oh God, I don't know how and when I will. Oh God. I don't know why the Lord have taken her, but I wouldn't question him why. But she gone to a resting place because I dream her on the other side with the Lord. With her robe around her and her white dress, pretty as a pretty angel.
In the stars, the 6 feet never felt so far. And here I am alone between the heavens and the embers. Oh, it hurts so hard. For a million different reasons, you took the best of my heart and left the rest in peace.
One of the late teacher's close friends, Sam Chamberlain, who did the eulogy, took the congregation into Riggs' childhood years.
Cassandra Rigg was born on October 19th, 1984, to parents George Rigg and Dolores McCarthy. She was the 6th child for her mom and 4th for her dad. Being a middle child, she learned love and compassion that was so typical of her. Life was not always kind to her. She was miraculously pulled from a burning house at 2.5 years old. That incident developed the character and inner strength that was to make her the remarkable person who was my bestie. The 3rd-degree burns she suffered meant she had to spend the next 6 months at the university hospital undergoing numerous surgeries to survive the tragedy. While little girls at 3 years old were busy playing with dolls and learning the letters of the alphabet, Cassandra spent the next 7 years in and out of the Bustamante Children's Hospital during numerous surgeries and therapies to recover from the devastating effects of the burns she suffered. Those scars did nothing to diminish her inner or outer beauty. As years later, when I met her, nobody could sport a little black dress or short shorts better than my bestie. While the challenges faced at such a young age would have stopped many of us from attaining academic success, not so Cassandra. With very little early childhood education, she went on to do well at Lindsay College, then to Charlemont High School, where she finished her secondary education with distinction.
Some of the late educators, Charlemont High School classmates and teachers did a floral tribute and also paid respect in speech and song. On behalf of the classmates, Kian Howell Gordon got things started.
Cassandra is a shining star whose life is a powerful testament to the human spirit's resilience and determination. Despite physical scars, she never let obstacles hold her back. She embraced countless activities, inspiring countless hearts with her radiant smile. Her remarkable journey shows us that success is not defined by our challenges, but by our courage to pursue.
She was joined by other classmates, including Tika Gay Comrie Burrell, who also gave assurance to the bereaved son.
We have your back. We are here for you. We will be your mom. When you need someone, you can just always reach out, and daddies too. And also from the class of 2002, Howard, I will see you later. We have a gift for you. And mom, just hold strong. Sisters, be strong, and family.
And there was also a remembrance by one of Riggs High School teachers, Colleen Gray.
Their kindness, helpfulness, and respect inspired our entire class. Over 3 unforgettable years, I had the privilege of watching Cassandra grow into an exceptional young woman. Her presence was a gift, and I cherish the memories we created together, including her integral role in planning my engagement party on April 8, 1998. Cassandra's bond with me extended far beyond the classroom. She kept close, sharing life's milestones, including her own wedding plans. Her invitation to attend with the promise, Miss, anywhere may I go, you have followed me, will forever be etched in my memory. Though her journey has taken a different turn, I find solace in knowing I made a positive impact on her life.
And that tribute ended with a song.
Hear my cry, hear my call, hold my hand, lest I fall, take my hand, precious Lord, and lead me on.
Chamberlain, in the eulogy, switched focus to the late teacher's experience of motherhood as well as her professional journey.
After high school, she found new purpose in life when she had her son, Howard. Being a single parent, her duty to her son was remarkable and unwavering. She loved him fiercely and took her responsibility to him seriously. She would often reminisce to people like Shanna and others on his milestones and was pleased to say, you know, he never gave me any trouble as a baby. To take care of her son, she found employment at Lee's Food Fair or food store in Vanity Fair, and then later at Windalco, as you heard earlier. It was while working at Windalco that she matriculated into Montego College, where she earned a bachelor's in early childhood education. This achievement was a first for her family, as you heard her niece said earlier, and was a source of inspiration for her siblings and relatives alike. Her professional career as an educator, though short-lived, was impactful. In a few short years, from doing teaching practice at Time and Patience Primary, filling in as a substitute teacher at Yorkton Primary, and to be permanently employed at Jericho Primary.
There will be no arrangement around the road tonight.
and I will hold on tight.
There was also an outpouring of love in tributes done by staff and students of the Linstead-based Jamaica Primary School, where Rig, during her 3-year stint at that institution, was appointed an acting senior teacher. Here is her school's principal.
As a school family, we have been truly blessed to have interacted with such an amazing individual, cheerful, selfless, full of life, a commitment to serve, supportive of our students and colleagues, a team player. The wonderful memories of Cassandra Rigg will be etched in our minds forever. Cassandra's interaction with each of us here today, it may vary. Her passing has been life-altering for many of us. It may have caused many of us to be reflective on just how fragile life is. It may even cause us to question our very existence. Whatever our thoughts or emotions are in this moment, or whatever it is that is evoked within you, let us use it as a learning experience. Let us aspire to leave a positive trail behind us that will have a lasting impact in the same way that Cassandra did. We never know when our time will expire. Death is something that we all have to face. And while we have life, it is an opportunity to make a difference. Rest in peace, our dear colleague. You have indeed fulfilled your purpose.
It is also said that there was a lot of tears at Windalco Bauxite Company in Yorton, where Rig worked before she entered the teaching profession. Some of her former co-workers from the Bauxite Company showed up to honor her memory.
I've said to myself that this girl, or this young lady, are moving towards greater heights. Her charisma, the way she thinks, the way she talks, it really touches me, it touches a lot of people. And the plant, where she has worked with us for many years, every little corner we go, everyone has spoken good about her. Cassandra is gone, yes, but you will remember by us. We will never forget her.
Lift me up, hold me down, keep me safe, safe and sound.
My friend was a shining star that burned out prematurely. And like many of you, I will forever miss her. On June 21st, just about midday, Cass broke the surly bonds of earth and went to be with the Lord. This after a short illness. There's so much she had to do. In fact, sometime around early June or late March, she texted me and said, "Bestie, what are we doing for the summer?" And then she started to fill in a list of things that we would have done. There was a wedding she had planned for. There's trips she had planned to the UK and beyond. There are places we had to go to eat. But what God has done is well done. And I certainly won't question that.
Hurry up, we're ready to go. You're gonna ride the glory train. Leave your hands and golden drum. Hurry up, we're ready to go.
Among the things left undone is the late teacher's planned baptism in the same sanctuary where her Thanksgiving service was held. During the service, different members of the church leadership record Rig walking to the altar and declaring her intention to become a Christian. She was trying to expedite the process, even pulling her wedding date from December to August.
She made that confession. With her heart, she believed. She was just waiting on her baptism or water baptism. And I want to let you know that water doesn't really save you. Because you can go down the same way and you rise and you live the same way. But let me tell you something. When you are saved from the heart, when you believe, when you made that confession, and she has made that confession, she has done that. And she said, yes, this is where I want to be baptized. I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. And so today, we are so proud to say that Sister Cassandra has been saved.
She has touched lives all over, thousands of lives. I remember when she came to Mount Nebo for an interview to be interviewed for a teaching position at the Mount Nebo Primary School. She was accepted, but because she also got accepted at Jericho, she opted for Jericho Primary School. So she was a remarkable woman, a phenomenal woman, a woman that has distinguished herself in many ways, and because of that we rejoice today. In the name of Jesus, I am so glad that I can see a woman today. But let me tell you something. As Paul said, Paul had a good fight. Life is a journey. Yeah. As believers, we have to engage in a fight. It's a spiritual war. It's a battle. And because it's a battle, we can't give up. For the cost of the battle, we for the people of God. The hotter the battle, the sweeter the victory.
There were a number of other tributes, including one done on behalf of Riggs' close friend Shanna Miller. Riggs' sisters-in-law Maxine Fagan and Rachel Rigg respectively read the first and second Bible lessons. The service ended. As was said earlier, Rigg was interred at Commodore Cemetery in Linstead, St. Catherine. I'm Horace Mills reporting for the Jamaica Beacon.